Here we are doing the Friday night breakdown on the Giles and Bluefield game. Uh, Tough game tonight for us. We played a pretty athletic team. I think the record didn't indicate how good they were, um, but I thought our offense moved the ball fairly well. Excuse me. Our line, I think you all are continuing to improve. I think you're getting better each week. You're moving guys out of the way. I mean, early in the season, the four hole, the majority of the time, wasn't getting a whole lot. And now you're probably averaging 3 to 4.5 yards on the four hole. So that side of the ball over there, you all are killing it over there. We had some good runs up the middle. I thought 8 hole did really well. We had some good runs. Our run backs continue again to play really hard. You all continue to run really hard, even after you get hit. You need to keep doing that the rest of the season, of course. But number who's our running back? I mean, we got late in the game when it was out of hand, and Cooper Bostic got in there. He ran the ball hard. Every time I see him run the ball, he's running the ball hard. I think he has a bright future. And all our running backs, everyone ran hard. Steel Kid ran hard. Our starters ran hard. I really can't complain about how they ran. They ran hard. I thought our line, like I said, you all blocked pretty well most of the game. I mean, you're not going to get every block. That's just nearly impossible. But you need to continue to have that intensity. Excuse me. I think you all can still play a lot more aggressive on offense, especially the line. I can't stress that enough. I mean, I did see coaches tonight, telling you all different things, talking to you all in the beginning of the season. You didn't really see that a whole lot, to be honest with you. I mean, the coaches are just there on the sideline. But, you see them there talking to you all, telling you to do things, which is very positive. And I think everybody's grown during the season. But the line, you see, you got to continue to run. You've got to continue to trust each other. I know Will Coxon, so you ran the ball good tonight. When you pass the ball, when you set up, look how much better it is when you set up. I mean, the one pass, the touchdown, which I love the basically little 5-10 yard out, which we should run a whole lot more, Jeff. These little short passes, it will set up the long pass so much more. Because teams are just used to us running the same patterns over and over and over, and they see a pass play, they drop back into an area. I think most of the time, and that's where they're covered. When you look tonight, Bluefield, Rafford, George With, they all do these little out routes, curl routes. I think we could do that a whole lot more, but I know it's just practice. But when you set up, that's what I was saying in a couple other videos. Will Coxon, you got the ball, sometimes you throw off your back foot or you wouldn't get set, and you would just kind of chuck it. On your second pass night, that's what kind of happened. I think you just ran to the right and you really didn't set up and you threw it, and it was a pick. And it would have been, you had a whole better chance of completing that if you could have stopped and set up. Because your next pass you threw, you set up beautifully, I thought. You threw a darn of a pass to our guy. I can't remember if it was number 15 or what the number was. I think it's 15. And I don't know if he got his head around too late or what, and he dropped it. I mean, it's a beautiful pass. It'd probably been the time he catches it and runs, 35, 40 yard pass and not more. But you guys know you've got to catch those passes. You've got to find a way to come up with them. But in the same breath, like I said, you're going to drop some. You're going to miss some. It's human nature. You got to shake it off. But I think you guys kind of seen tonight how important trust was too, because you had to trust your lineman to get the block so you could set up the pass. Your receivers, you've got to trust him to get you the ball. And Will Coxon or whoever's passing the ball, you've got to trust yourself to get the pass there. If you miss, you miss. It's going to happen. But I think over the past few weeks, you've grown quite a bit. I think it looks good. You're setting up. I can't stress that enough. And I said last week, I'll say it again. I think trust is a big thing, especially in the passing game. Lineman, you got to trust yourself. You got to trust your pass blocking. You got to trust your buddy beside of you. Football is a lot about trust. You know, so you just got to pay attention. And I think you all growing a lot on the offensive side of the ball. Uh, you all have come a long way from the beginning of the year. You are much better than when you started. And now it's time you want to just keep improving. It's the perfect time. Like I said, you played a very athletic team tonight. Good size, has a decent speed. We only stopped ourselves on most of the part, I thought. I think we need to continue to pass the ball. Jeff, I hope you continue to pass it. I think it will loosen the defense up, even if it's an incomplete pass. I still think we need to really work on the short passing game, because I think you all can kind of really start to see, as players, I know the coaches know how important it is, but to see you get that passing game going, these guys will back out of that box. I mean, they had 11 guys within 6 yards line of scrimmage most of the night. That's hard to run, but you all still ran the ball. So again, and this is several weeks in a row, you all are still finding a way to run, which means you linemen are blocking, you're getting on your block. The fullbacks are blocking when he has to, tailbacks blocking, blocking backs blocking, everybody's blocking when they have to. But you got to have that intensity. But we've got to get that pass game, continue to improve. Playoffs are coming up. And the last I'm saying, I got a feeling we're probably going to play, unless something happened late. Grayson was beating George Wythe, so I got a feeling we're going to play probably George Wythe in the first round. So, they know how to play us, so we need to keep working on the passing game. We pass the ball. We can pass it. Like I said, just a little bit tonight. They're going to back out of that box. You all are going to be hard to stop. I cannot stress enough, again, how hard you all will be to beat the way you all are playing and starting to play. I said you all are playing so much better, but y'all have so much more to go. You're nowhere near what you're capable of playing. And like I said in videos past, you all have been much better in your record. I think you all believe that now too, and I think you're better than your record. And you have a good chance coming up to get a chance at another shot at these teams that beat you. But you've got to keep improving. I know it's like of course, everything's not going to work all the time. Some days, the verse is not going to work. Some days the 4 hole's not going to work. It just happens. But we still kept pounding it. I liked it. And I thought overall it wasn't a bad call game. I don't understand why we didn't run the pitch more. I think we could have. I think we had the wide side of the field several times, and we could have maybe run the pitch. Naturally, of course, I'm not the coach, but I don't see a reason holding anything back. The season's getting to be about over. Let it fly. Get your practice in on some of these plays. But I still think, Jeff, you should maybe try to add a new play every week. I don't think it's asking a lot. I think the kids can learn it. You could probably do a double reverse. 2 wingbacks and do a double reverse out of it, or a double reverse pass. But, if Jeff implements these things, guys, you need to understand, you linemen, these plays take a few minutes. So you are going to have to block. You've got to stay on your block. It's not going to hurt to watch how some of these pro guys block. These top collegiate ball players block. Even watching these bigger high school programs on ESPN and Texas teams and all these teams, see how they block, because you're going to have to hold your block. But all these plays are there for you. There's so much we can run out of single wing that we're not running. And part of that comes down to the coaches trusting you all. But you all have also got to trust what they're saying. And when they tell you to get on your block, you've got to get on your block and stay on your block. That's what I mean by being nasty, being mean, and being aggressive. I said offense, is important. But I like it, Jeff, still working on the passing game. I like it that you all as players have not given up on the passing game. And I can tell you all were really excited tonight that you completed your first pass, and it was for a touchdown at a crucial part of the game. So, continue to strive in that area, I think. You still have a long way to go. But I see you getting better each week. I really do. I think most of the fans do too. see y'all getting better. I can't see. I know some people probably complain about Jeff going for that 1 4th down. It's 4th and 2, 4th and 3. But like I said, Jeff has played aggressive for the past several weeks, and I don't really think he's playing to win, not to lose. And excuse me. You do some of them calls, you might miss sometimes. But again, I hope you continue to press the passing game, continue to work on the short passing game, and I think it will open up more of those down the middle passes we missed tonight, and maybe some long ones. I still think a screen pass or two here and there would be great. I think it's going to back them out of the box a little bit, keep them slamming up in there so fast. I like the play you did last week, the first pass of the game. The play of the game was a pass. And of course, tonight, everybody thought, sure, the first play was week 44, you ran a reverse, something different. I think from here on out, especially heading into the playoffs, you're going to do that, especially playing maybe Whittle again or Grayson or anybody, especially in the district, who has seen us. They know a lot of what we run, so we're going to have to, do things a bit different, I think, to throw them off a little bit. Special teams, I think y'all have played great the past several weeks. You all have, for the most part, pretty good. You stand in your lanes fairly well. There's been some good hits. That's something you got to continue to work on. Excuse me. Stand in your lanes, fill your lanes. Again, special teams, you got to trust each other. But you all are playing really good too, I think, on special teams, the tackling, some decent returns. Your kick return, though, you guys, you've got to really get on your blocks. You know what holding is, you know what blocking the back is, especially a blocking the back. If you're looking at the back of their head or the back of their back, it's a blocking the back. Don't hit them. They start to pull away from you, let go. You don't want a holding penalty. And when you guys catch that ball, just go. Just go. You don't need to dance. Just go. Hit that hole. And when they tackle you, you punish them. Another thing, like I said, with the running game on offense, when you all run that ball, don't let them punish you. You punish them. You lower your shoulder, and you knock the crap out of them. I don't know. I did see one thing tonight. I don't know who it was. It was all on the line there. Might have been the first half. Somebody hit one of the Bluefield linemen, and all I seen was his head snap back. I don't know who did it, but all I know it was a beautiful hit. But again, I cannot emphasize enough, play with aggression the whole ball game. It don't mean you're a bad kid. It don't mean you're a bad person. You're playing a rough sport, and they're trying to do the same thing to you. You dictate the tone, especially on offense. You lineman, you're the key. I said again, on offense, I can't stress enough, whoever's passing the ball, whoever it may be, make sure you set up. Line, you've got to block. You've got to trust whoever's back there throwing the ball. You've got to hold your blocks. Whoever's throwing it, you've got to trust that line. Set up. Get that ball off. If you get yourself set up, you're going to be able to throw it a whole lot harder. Get there where you want it a whole lot easier. And don't take sacks. Throw it away. But offensive-wise, I think you all have improved a great deal, and you are continuing to get better. So it's a very positive thing. Again, special teams, like I said, I think the field goal kicker getting to make some field goals the past few weeks has really played and will play dividends as we head into the playoffs. I think any chance he gets to kick a field goal would be good. I still think, Jeff, like even next week, I know you don't run the score up and you won't do it, and I understand. But I think if the game is a little out of hand and we are winning, I think maybe you should try some passes just for the confidence factor and for them getting a practice setting up in live game action and throwing some passes. Excuse me. But now on the defense. That still seems to be a bit of an issue. And I don't know what's up with the tackling. It's not crisp. We're missing a lot of tackles. We're not wrapping up. And, I know you guys are so much better than that. I really do. I know our defensive line, quite a few times, like, kind of got pushed around a little bit. But like I said, that was probably a very good offensive line, very athletic. They had good size. And it does hurt when we have to go both ways. I realize that. But Giles players have always gone both ways. So on defense, you linemen, you've got to find a way to hold your ground. You may not make the tackle, but you've got to find a way to hold your ground and try to keep those guys off the backers. And the rest of you, you've got to be able to make the tackle. Quit trying to go up here and do this freaking, what I call the ESPN hit, where you fly up there and try to shoulder hit the guy, knock the guy out. Go up there and hit him, but wrap up. These good running backs and athletic running backs like you had tonight are not going to go down just because you spin them around like you're going to throw them down. They're going to stay up and they're going to run. And I think you all kind of got to look at that tonight and what you got to do. I say play aggressive on offense, you linemen. You defense, we are not playing with aggression. We're not flying to the ball, I think, like we can. Secondary, again, like I said last week, you've just got to trust everybody up in front of you, the linebackers, to cover your guy. We got burned a couple times tonight because people was looking in the backfield or looking at the little flare out pass out in the flat or at the line of scrimmage, and we got burned a couple times. You've got to stay on your guy. You've got to stay on your guy and let them worry about that. And again, like I said, I don't know what call y'all have when you know it's a run that somebody can let y'all know so y'all can turn around and get it for a tackle. But the tackling it's got to get better. It's not good, to be perfectly honest. It's just not good, and it's not good enough. I heard tonight that you all can't tackle but one day a week because somebody's injured, then we're hurting, and that's something you don't have a whole lot of control over, and that sucks because it does hurt come game time if you don't have to practice at it. But just don't wrap up. I mean, stupid. Sorry, that's a bad thing to say. Don't wrap them and sling them around. Wrap up. If you can't bring them down, hang on to them. And where is everybody running to the ball? There's sometimes like people is not running to the ball. Run to the ball, and don't assume you push that guy, he's going to go out of bounds. If you're going to push him, you push him out of bounds. But defense, you all have got to be able to just fly to the ball. I mean, you see it here and there, but you all have got to become just as intense as the offensive line is on the defensive side of the ball. You all got to play defense like our running backs run the ball. You've got to get after it. You all have got to get after it because in the end, defense wins championships. Again, secondary, trust in your teammates. And you linemen and linebackers, you got to trust in the secondary. You've got to trust that they have them covered. If they don't, that's not on you. Your job is to get in their pass, try to get pressure. Cover linebackers, cover running backs on the backfield, whatever. The secondary, you're on an island. The pains that go with that. But that's the biggest thing I seen tonight. The tackling was not crisp. I think we got a little lackadaisical at times. Like I said, we was watching in the backfield and watching that little quick pass. I noticed you can get burnt more playing bump and run. And especially that quarterback's pretty good tonight. He threw those little out patterns. The time that guy ran out there, he's probably throwing it 20, 30 yards across the field there. If he don't catch it, he was just laying dimes out there to him. So Keel was a good quarterback, and we had decent coverage at times. So he was just a good quarterback. But I still think bump and run still helps a whole lot because it knocks them, off them little patterns a little bit. But I know, you face a team with speed, you can get burnt. But like I said, also, if you're getting burnt and you're going to get burnt, I think it's better just to grab the guy, get the penalty. I mean, it's 15 yards, but it's not a touchdown. Live to fight another day. But you got to be choosy with that also. And on the sideline, I've noticed this too. You guys on the sideline, you need to be paying attention to what's going on. Some of you do. Some of you are over talking, getting around. What why are you all not over there when we're on defense and they're running the ball? Why aren't you all holler run or holler and pass? Help the defense out. You're sitting there watching the play. Any extra coaches can do that too. But anybody on that sideline, instead of watching the play, why aren't you out there hollering? If it's if you're doing it, maybe you're doing it. We just can't hear it in the stands. But do it where we can hear you in the stands. That way your teammates can hear you. If you're seeing a pass, holler pass. If you're seeing a run, sweep right, sweep left, draw, whatever. Help each other out. Just because you're on the sideline don't mean you can't help your guys out. You're a team. Even you all who aren't starting, you're still a team, and you can help those out there win. Because in the end, I know you all want to win a state championship. Coaches want to win a state championship. Us fans want you all to win a state championship. I don't do any of this, to put Jeff down, any of the coaches or any of the players. That's not the purpose of this whatsoever. It's to, I see something, in my opinion, maybe it'll help y'all. Maybe it's something will trigger. I just want to see y'all do well. I want to see y'all win the state. See y'all get all district, all state players, that's what I want to see. But these things, how you all got to play. You got to play with intensity. You got to play with aggression. And, offensive line, keep doing what you're doing. Destroy the person in front of you. I'm sorry if that sounds bad to some of y'all who don't like that, but it's what it is. Destroy the person in front of you. It's man on man. Who's the bigger man? Same thing on defense. You defensive line. You've got to knock that lineman back. And you all have got to wrap up. Every one of you. It's not just defensive line or linebackers or secondary. Everybody has got to step up and play much better on defense. Our defense has lagged behind some. But you all have so much in you all. I can't stress enough. You all have improved so much over the past several weeks. I don't know if you all can see it, but you all have improved so much. To be perfectly honest with you, I think teams would be stupid if they didn't want to play you all in the playoffs. But you all have got to want this. You all have got to want this as much as anything in the world. Heading to these playoffs, you'll have a chance at some of these teams again. They know how to play us. It's just going to be man on man, you getting the best of them. And you all, there's something special about you all. I'm just telling you, you can feel it out there. There really is something special about you group of kids. I think the calls have, like I said, play calling has come along better in the past several weeks. I think some things have been changed up a little bit. You run some different stuff a little bit. Jeff, I still like that one back. He, was it double wing maybe in the one back? Whoever ran down at Galax seemed to do really well. But there is something special about you guys, and you all can make something still really special happen. You really can. I know it's hard to lose tonight because you've got to taste a victory here lately. But you played a good team tonight. You played a bigger school, bigger team, more athletic. It is what it is. No excuse for the missed tackles, none whatsoever. No excuse for the drop passes. But they happen. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Concentrate. Think of you guys who pass the ball. Even if you're not practicing in your living room, dropping back and just setting up. Get the feel of it. Get used to it. But I kind of want to harp on the defense tonight a little bit. I'm about to get off here. You all, like I said, have got to play physical. You've got to play physical. You've got to want that offense not to want to run the ball, not to want to pass it, because you all are hitting. You all are putting them on the ground. Like I said, sometimes you can sling around, they'll go down. You face a good running back, a good receiver who's athletic. You sling them around, if they can keep their balance, they're going to stay up. Get them on the ground. Don't just think you're going to sling them around, they're going to fall down. You've got to play with aggression. Play very physical. But that's about it tonight. We give a shout out to our band. Especially the seniors and all the senior ball players. I thought our bands even improved over the past several weeks as well as the seasons went along. They sound really good. Our cheerleaders, you all were always cheering. No matter if we're down or whatever, you all have cheered great all year. So shout out to you all. But concentrate on your tackling. You know, concentrate still on the passing game. That's crucial heading down the stretch here and into the playoffs. I think you said there's something special about you all, and you all can really get something going here, I think. But you are much better than what you were. Much better. You're a whole different ball team than the other parts of the season. So keep improving. I can't stress enough. Trust. You have to have trust. Linemen into linebackers in the secondary into linebackers into linemen into running backs into, so forth. You got to have trust. But just remember, whoever's throwing the ball, set up so you get a good pass. If you're not there, throw it away. Live to fight another day. It was a hard loss tonight, but you are still playing better. Get your mind right. Get ready to go to Fort Chisholm next week. Get that win so you can go into the playoffs with a win, feeling good about yourself. Coaches, I hope if we do get ahead next week, which we should, from what I understand, just get a little practice. And maybe get a little practice in passing. So I would go that route. That's what I think. Anyway, I guess that's about it. I may be forgetting something, but that's my take tonight. That's the things I think we need to work on. That's the things I think we were off some tonight. We just got beat by a better team. I don't think a lot better. They were better, and most of that was just because the size and depth they had, and they had more athletes, and that happens. But you all still played a well game. You didn't quit. I wanted to watch that, especially you got down and everything started snowballing and just going south. And I want to see if y'all give up. You didn't. You went down and you scored. You kept fighting. You all have fought the whole year. So keep fighting. Keep improving. That's it. See y'all next week. And let's go get a victory.